My 27F fiance's 29M mother gave me abortion pills as an early Christmas present. How on earth do I navigate this situation? Trigger warnings. Mentions of sexual assault and suicide, medical abortion manipulation. We were having a sort of an early holiday gathering hosted at his parents' house. It wasn't a small gathering either, and not everyone there knows we're expecting except his brother, mother and father. Right before I got ready to leave, she gave me a small gift box, which I initially thought was jewelry, and told me to tell her, or my fiancé, what I think of it. All of this kind of happened in a rush, and there wasn't even a gift exchange between everybody, because it wasn't that kind of a party, but everyone thought she's being sweet to me, because we're getting engaged soon. I was honestly tired and opened the gift, at home, which is where I saw this wicked woman gave me pills. Mifepristone and misoprostol, which are used for medical abortion. I understand she wasn't too happy about the news and obviously doesn't like me for God knows what reason, but kept it civil, so did I. But reaching this level, I genuinely don't know why she doesn't like me when the rest of the family is completely fine with me. I assume it's because of either my ethnicity, or she has a superiority complex, and believes I'm not good enough for her son, because he graduated from a very prestigious university, and has been financially privileged his entire life while I haven't been, even though now I earn my own money, and we are pretty much equal. I simply don't know. I obviously told him and showed him, and he saw how visibly upset I am, comforted me, and said what she says to me doesn't reflect my worth, and will talk to her. I don't understand why he doesn't do something about it immediately. It has been almost 24 hours. We are happy about this pregnancy, and even though it wasn't exactly planned, it was welcome if it happened, and that is something he and I have discussed over a year ago. Edit. To those wondering how she could have gotten abortion pills without being pregnant, they can be ordered online and delivered discreetly. You don't have to go to a clinic, or she could have paid someone to get them. Either way, they are accessible, and honestly, I don't give a shit how she acquired them. It's what she did with them. Relevant comments. Commenter 1. I'm kinda surprised your fiancé hasn't gone scorched earth over this. I would think that the right moment to bring up how fucked up this gesture was like immediately after finding it out. Although maybe your fiancé needs some time to wrap his brain around this. Has he had any contact with his mother since this gift exchange? OP. He hasn't, not that I know of. I want to bring it up myself, but I am beyond humiliated, and I don't want to be labeled as a hysterical person, especially because she plays everything off as a calm and collected woman. And I know for a fact I will be the one who's being blamed, and she will be the victim. He knows his mother better than I do, however, so I think it is his responsibility to stand up for me. Commenter 2. The right moment. Another mama's boy. I'm sorry, OP, this must have been so hurtful. I hope he comes through for you, but he's not off to a very good start. OP. He is not, and I wouldn't even be that upset if he immediately did something instead of waiting. I have seen all kinds of shit that people have been put through, and honestly, yes, it sucks for her that she doesn't want a grandchild, but does his lack of reaction mean he doesn't want a child either? I think him not saying anything to her or to his family is what hurts me. OP should remove herself from the situation, due to mother-in-law possibly tempting with food. OP. This was also my first thought as well. If she can go this far, she could have also put them in my food, and it would have looked like a miscarriage, since I am still in the first trimester. I am actually scared. I am becoming scared of him as well, because what the hell? If I were him, I would have thrown them, taken them back and shown everyone. He did nothing. Commenter 3. Why? She wanted to know what you think. I would take a picture of the abortion pill box and post it in your family chat group. If you don't have one already, just make one. I would write, "Thanks grandma for those, but I won't be needing them. Maybe you can send them back to wherever you got them from to get a refund. I love that you took the time to find me a present, and I hate to say this, but this isn't my taste, and without consulting a doctor could really harm me too. You don't owe her dignity. I would never ever eat or drink anything near her again." OP. Yes, I was immediately concerned about what I ate and drank there. I actually threw up, and like I mentioned somewhere in the other replies, I am scared of both of them at the moment. The only positive thing now is I can have an abortion myself, and I can leave as it's the first trimester. I don't want to be a single mom, and I would rather make a tough choice to terminate the pregnancy rather than deal with this family shit. And obviously with my partner that I thought loved me and our child. I think if this doesn't get resolved and talked about, I will miscarry just by the stress of all this. I used to drink to cope, but obviously not now. I need to get myself together and talk to him, but not in the way I already did. Crying and coming from an emotional state rather. I should talk from a place of logic. He either wants to have a child in life with me or not. No co-parenting, no being a single mom. That was never the plan. I didn't create the baby by myself after all. Update. The link above is my previous post as it's locked now, and I want to thank everyone for their input and support. It means a lot. Genuinely. To start off, I didn't talk to any friends or family. I know the situation best, and I tried to view it from everyone's perspective. I want to add background to everything so everyone can understand a bit better where I'm coming from. My partner is from a wealthy background, and I am middle class. However, my family has gone through periods when our electricity would be cut. My father doing any job to get vegetables, fruits, and bread. I remember this vividly, and am crying and typing, so don't mind my spelling or whatever. While my partner has had everything on a silver platter, and had seen the world by the time I had traveled further than neighboring countries. I do remember at the beginning, when I met him, I mentioned an experience of staying at a hostel. He had no idea what that was, and I had to explain. And he was like, oh, so like when you go with a school? Yeah. Anyway, I have traveled a lot staying at hostels and truly loved it, especially when I traveled alone. Met so many amazing people, late night deep conversations, and at a point I was even convinced I had met my soulmate. On that note, the soulmate person, I dreamt of him last night again. I woke up before I got to speak to him again. My partner was born into wealth, where a few generations of his family got into one of the top 5 universities in the world, traveled, etc. F him, you get the idea. I decided to do something manipulative. I know it is probably even illegal, but I had to in order to get him open up. I told him I saw a cool hack on TikTok for a whiskey glass where you freeze water in the glass while it is tilted, and it freezes, so you don't have to add ice. Whatever, you get the idea. So I told him to try it out, but my main goal was to get him talkative and open up to me. And no, he didn't talk to his mother, but once again, F her, this is between us. I asked him if it's good that way, and he said yes, to which I replied I wish I could try it, but I can't drink alcohol now. And he just laughed. I said, well, maybe I should use your mom's gift, to which he only smirked and looked away from me, and I just knew something was up. I don't want this to be too long, but his mother is insane. She has kicked him out at the age of 11, and the same day she called the police that he ran away, had threatened with suicide and tried to do it, and is diagnosed with a personality disorder. This is as short as I could make it, because the update isn't about them honestly. I told him I personally am unsure about having a child, and he told me he would support any decision I would make. So much for a happy father, but yes, I am leaving the country in less than 2 weeks, and I will be having a medical abortion. I don't want to be in this family. Essentially, their opinion is that I am in for the money, which I never even thought about, and I am financially independent. Yes, I do live with him, but I am most definitely able to live without his financial support. The leave is for me to have a break from everything that has happened, and I put actual jewelry in his mom's box, with which the abortion pills came with. It's a break is what I said to him, because he was in a vulnerable position, and I didn't want to distress him further. But I am leaving, and I can most definitely provide for myself, so that's not an issue. In less than 2 weeks I will be away. Once again, thank you to everyone who commented and messaged me. It has been overwhelming, and I can't reply to everything, but thank you very much for being there for me. Edit. The jewelry I put in the box is the ring which he proposed with. I didn't buy her anything. Relevant comments. Commenter 1. Yeah, he's an a-hole. It's better to know before you're forever tied to someone who thinks of you as lesser, but it still fucking sucks. OP. Yeah. It's funny that he thinks less of me when his entire family is less than me. Objectively, they can't even comprehend what I have gone through, and how hard I have worked, worried, sacrificed to be the woman I am today. Commenter 2. I don't see how what you did with the whiskey glass